Hi there, YouTube. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and we're finally changing over everything in the front from Thanksgiving over to Christmas. And one of my favorite things to do is the two big window boxes that sit on our front porch. We're going to transition those from Thanksgiving straight into Christmas. As you guys can see, we went to go get our Christmas tree. This is a 7.5-foot Nordmann fir. And normally what I do to save money is I make sure to not have them trim off anything from my tree, and then I come in with pruners and I just cut off boughs from the tree. These are perfect to stick into your planters to save money. You can even ask the place that you get your trees from to cut those off for you and to keep the trimmings. Another really good thing, which I never even thought of, but this year it just randomly happened to us. So we were getting our Christmas tree this year, and we asked the person for our trimmings from the bottom of our tree because they did cut off like about a foot worth of branches, and we wanted to make sure to keep those for all of our planters. And he was like, do you want any more tree trimmings? We have a ton. We were like, yeah, sure. And he was like, how many do you want? And I was like, as many as you have. He literally gave us a cart full of greens for free. So if you're ever shopping for a Christmas tree, be sure to ask for trimmings, not just yours, but ask if they have other people's trimmings, because people spend tons of money on greens for their containers, and literally I'm about to decorate mine for free with other people's trimmings. I feel like Christmas tree trimmings are gold, and so many people just throw them away. So if you are somebody who actually does purchase a real Christmas tree like me, it's a way to kind of stretch that budget out so that it's not that expensive. Like an $85 tree every single year, it's kind of a bit of an investment, but $85 and I get to decorate all of my planters, that's a steal. Normally we get a noble fir, but I really like this Nordmann fir because it has just a little bit more spacing in between the branches. Like it's kind of layered, which I like. I think that that'll give us room to put big ornaments, and our car has never smelled as good as when we were taking this Christmas tree home. Like our car always smells really good because we buy a fresh Christmas tree every year, and it does smell up the car, but this particular tree smells like men's cologne. Like, oh my God, it smelled like, it was more than just fragrant. It was like literal cologne. I don't know how else to describe it. It's that piney smell that you smell in all men's cologne. Get a Nordmann fir and you'll smell exactly what I'm telling you. It's like aftershave. Literally, that's what it reminded me of, is every time I put aftershave on my bald head, that's exactly what the smell is. Like, look at all of those greens he gave us for free. And I love that it's all different types of textures and colors because everybody got different types of Christmas trees. So I think that this is gonna look really, really good to replace these front containers. These containers have definitely done their job, but they're definitely past their prime. The kales are still really pretty, but I'm definitely gonna pull them. I'm going to cut back the pansies and violas just so that I don't have any of those blooms showing, but I want to keep the plants in there because I've had really good success with my pansies and violas coming back in the spring. And then we'll replace this with some greens, and I have some extra sticks and decorative stuff to add to the greens that I reuse every single year. See, in this glamorous garbage bag, I just have a bunch of different types of picks and berries and pine cones and glittery things, all different types of stuff to add to it just to give it some little extra pizzazz. All right, Ella, let's get to decorating. She hears Matt outside because he's putting up Christmas lights. Out with the old. And this is ready for decorating. I have all the pansies and violas chopped down to the base, and we'll cover those up with the greens, and then we will decorate it. Because we want these troughs to be a matching set, I'm going to decorate them together. And the reason for that is I can actually save the elements to ensure that I have enough for both of them, if that makes sense. If you make one, you can kind of go overboard with it, and then you can try to do the second one and not have enough elements to recreate it. So I like to decorate them at the same time and just do the same thing to each one as I decorate. The first thing I like to do is grab some of the greens and kind of create a base to work with. I kind of fan it out towards the back, kind of like this, just to give me some network of branches to kind of work with. And I'll do the same thing to this side, and I'll keep building on it until I get something that I like to start with. When using fresh branches, make sure to stick them into the soil. They will drink just like a cut flower will from that soil, and they will last for a really long time. Mine are normally beautiful way through the new year. Like normally end of January is when I'm really starting to pull the greens out of all of my boxes, I think. I would also say no branches too small. These little small things you can use as filler to just kind of tuck into spaces. Never throw away any of this greenery. It is literally gold around Christmas time, I'm telling you. That looks pretty even. This side needs a little extra. Like, can you believe that somebody was just throwing this stuff away? I think that that looks really good. I kind of went for a bird's nest almost, like kind of wrap them around each other to kind of give a bulky 360 flat arrangement on both of them. And I think that they look fairly similar to each other. Obviously they don't look exactly the same, but pretty similar. Now let's get to all the decorative elements. I'm gonna let you guys focus on just one so that you guys can get all the details, but just keep in mind that everything that I do to this one, I'm gonna be doing to the second one. I mean, for paying $0.00 decorating these, I think they are absolutely stunning. Wow, they look really full, nice and lush. I love the little elements that I've used year after year after year. It just makes it seem really Christmassy and festive, which I can take all those elements out right after Christmas and at least leave the evergreens in to give us something beautiful to look at. But man, those are beautiful. I'm gonna have to come back out here at sunset because my shadows and the lighting just is not doing these justice, but I could not be happier with these. And you know, there's something to say about having a couple of elements that are artificial that you reuse year after year. I had some artificial Dusty Miller, which does not hold up over the winter here in Colorado. There's eucalyptus in there, which there's no way I could have had that looking good in December. And I have some real pine cones and some fake pine cones in there that I've used for several years. I totally forgot. We have to cut off some branches from the Christmas tree and add them to the containers flanking the entryway because there's nothing in them and they look spent as well. These containers right here, I'm just gonna fill these with some of those evergreens, maybe add a couple of ornaments to it and call these decorated. And I'm just gonna cut from the bottom where you will not even notice it. And also this will raise the canopy of our tree, allowing us to put presents underneath it, because right now it's pretty low. I think that that's high enough and should give me enough branches to work with. See, and look at all this beautiful greenery to use. It smells so good in here. The soil is frozen solid. I'm gonna go get some hot water to melt this. I think those look very similar and pretty. I think if I have some mini ornaments, that's what I would like to use, but I'll use normal size ornaments if I don't have them. But this definitely looks better than the pots did before already. Instead of ornaments, I opted for big red ribbons. I just feel like this looks so much more classic, a little bit cleaner, a little bit less busy. Yeah, I don't think that everything needs to have ornaments. We have a wreath right there in the center that has ornaments. I just feel like that would have been a lot, and this just is way more my style. And you can't tell me that that looks festive and is a nice way to enter my home from the side. I love it. So yeah, that's how I decorate my Christmas pots on the cheap. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you ever use your Christmas trimmings, because I literally think that they are a gold mine at Christmas time. And every time I see somebody throwing them away, I'm like, you don't have a pot you could put those in? You don't have a vase you could put those in? You don't have like a table that you want to just swag a couple of greens around? I just feel like there's so many uses for them that you probably should not be throwing them away. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys around for whatever video I come up with for next time, which is going to be showing you guys our Christmas lights. Bye guys.